up, everybody? So I'm over here thinking, like, damn, I wish I had something to say that can uplift, inspire people, make them make them feel better for whatever it is they're going through. If it's hard. Um, I myself am going through a lot of hardship, but I try not to let the world know of all my struggles, because it only brings light to my sadness and pain, and I don't want to give it light. So I focus on my spirit and how strong it is, and I think of the anger that was built inside me. See, because I was in prison, and in prison you're basically dead. While alive, you're in a grave. And while I was in prison, I quickly found out that nobody cared about me. Nobody was interested in me. Nobody cared to see if I was alive. I was basically gone. There was no let me see if he's alive or where he's at. Let me give him a letter. I got no letters, none of that. So when I felt abandoned and forgotten, which I think people should go through in order to get stronger, but I wouldn't wish it on nobody. But in order for you to grow, you have to step outside the surroundings you grew up knowing, which is family, friends, everything like that. So try to imagine yourself in another state, country, with no family or friends. How would you do? Can you even survive when you don't have nobody there to help you? Well, that's what happened with me, and I had nobody to help me. And many nights I felt very, very lost. Like I said, I thought I was dead. But now that I was dead, right, and I found out nobody acknowledged me or knew about me or cared about my life, I was now in a new world, because where I was at was for dead people. So I had to create a life within what lies is dead people. I had to create life from the dead. And it hasn't been easy. I still think I'm not fully recovered. I still think I'm more dead than alive. But I am more alive now than before. I've been single for a long time with no relationship. And that's because I've chose to stick by myself. Like I said, I was in an unstable condition. No family, no friends, prison. Just got out of prison, in programs, shelters. What am I, what my mind at that point is in survival mode. I'm trying to find food. I'm trying to find a bed. Who would be thinking about getting laid or having a girlfriend relation? That was not in my mind. And there's a lot of people out there that will be desperate and succumb to doing whatever the female wants just so that they can have a bed, maybe, or some food or whatever, because maybe the female has a place. But now the men sell themselves short just to be with a woman who basically controls them. I was with this girl one time, and I'm down, and she's supposed to ride with me, But I started seeing how she want to be controlling in the way that I eat. Now, I like to eat because I starve. I go days sometimes without proper eating. So I'm always hungry. And when it was time for us to eat, she would give me like little shit to nibble on and shit. Like, and I didn't understand the situation. But I'm like, you know what? Let me just not say nothing. But I was hungry as shit still. And then I started seeing her like, oh man, she's trying to control me. Like, I couldn't handle it, man. I'm a type of guy who has to eat, till I'm filled. Or at least 70-80% full, not nibble on something and still be like 80% hungry, or only 30% full or some shit like that. And so and then I started seeing, when I was in prison, I started seeing other guys and how they were in their relationships and how they girls called the cops on them and put them in jail. And I'm like, damn, this is what girls be doing. And just kind of like kept me clear from all the Californian chicks. I just didn't want to rush into that. I had a few, not girlfriends, but yeah, I didn't want to rush into that. And then, so boom, I'm halfway coming back to life again. I come back to where I'm from, but still, there's a lot of me that's still dead. So now, the environment is different, the culture is different, but I'm no longer the same. So I still distance myself. I still kind of look at everybody kind of the same, because I've been single for a long time, and now everybody starts to look the same. And, this is dangerous. You're supposed to give love a chance. You're supposed to go out and fall in love even when you know there's no such thing as love when it comes to human. But I just kept being single, kept distancing myself, and I've been able to focus on my habits. So now I eat healthy. I exercise. I'm smart with my money. There's a lot of things that I wouldn't have done if I didn't go through death. Because while I was dead, like I said, I was homeless, looking for food. I had to think about money. So I had to learn how to deal with money, to not stay hungry. And I was hungrier before, but I'm still hungry now. But the place that I am now is way better than what it was before. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful because I'm like, I sleep on the floor, a little mat, whatever. But I sleep on the floor. I got my own room. I got, these are things that I couldn't have while I was over there. I had to share rooms. I had to share, it was just like there was no privacy. So now I'm grateful because I have a little spot, even though it's not, luxurious and shit like that. But I have my own place where I can sleep and meditate. Nobody bothers me. So, life is hard, man. And to become alive, you first have to die in order to know how to live. And I died, but learning how to live and becoming alive again it's been a challenge, especially now that I've learned how powerful I am when I am alone. Anyway, this is not to discourage people to become single, because obviously if you have a girl, it's probably better being with a girl. I don't know, unless it affects your progress. But I just want to make this message to let people know that you're not alone in your struggles, man. I'm struggling too. But let's not pay too much attention to all the sad news. Let's not define what gives meaning to what is depression or sadness. Let's give meaning and define the spirit through reinforcements, which is scriptures. I was looking at my app, the Bible app, because I was looking for something, you know. I guess I'm still like in a lot of my verses are coming from Jeremiah now. I like Galatians. But this is I'm happy that I've brought people closer to the scriptures, even the ones that maybe perhaps thought I was trying to separate them from it. It's not over, man. It's a lot to deal with, and I'm just getting started. I want to add, to die is to let go of the life you know. So when I died, everything I grew up knowing or believing was now at an end. It no longer existed for me because, like I said, I was stranded, abandoned, left for dead. I was forgotten, oblivious. And then on top of that, I'm locked up with nothing but hostile forces surrounded me. So I didn't really think life cared about me or that I had any meaning. Now, when you reach this level of oblivion, something starts to happen. You begin to get angry. And then there's this rage that fuels your spirit. And now you're clinging on to life from what arouses from where rage exists. You're clinging on to life only to express your rage and your anger. So now it's no longer, it's not the life you knew. It's a different world where now you're fueled with anger, and this becomes the fuel to live life. I want to destroy. But I want to rebuild. I want to destroy everything that excluded me and ostracized me. I want to destroy it all. And now I want to rebuild where I can live in a world where I'm not ostracized or none of that. But small steps are better than no steps, right? So I'm just saying, if you think you're going through some rough shit, just know somebody out there is going through something even worse, you know? Anyway, that with all of that. Also, when you die, right, and now you're fueled with anger, that doesn't mean you go out and express that anger violently and savagely. But now it's controlled. It's a controlled anger that keeps you fueled eternally um, without ever ceasing. And this is the cause of your light becoming brighter, not dimmer.